Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. In the last part, we got up here to Viridian Gym, and now we're going to make our way through it and see who the gym leader is. Now off screen, I used TM26, which I found at Silphco on Tom, so we could learn Earthquake. And while I haven't done it yet, I also go back to Celadon City and get a fresh water from the vending machine and give it to the girl on the very same floor as the vending machine so I can get TM14 for Ice Beam for Fallon, which I need for one of the final fights. Also, this is the last time we're going to be seeing these things. Thankfully. Now, you can buy all those trainers if you want, but I'm not going to, and... why is Giovanni here? But actually, this is the truth. Giovanni is the 8th gym leader. Apparently, people wonder how he didn't get a background check before he was a gym leader, but what I think is that he just uses his position as gym leader to get power, to pull some strings and become leader of Rocket. Anyway, this Dugtrio here is a bit of a glitch in itself. It knows no offensive moves that aren't ground type, so if you want, you can go catch a Pidgey or a Spearow from one of the surrounding routes around Viridian, and it would not be able to do anything against you until it ran out of moves, and it would just do struggle. But since I'm surprisingly overleveled, Surf destroys everything. Actually, I think right now, Fallon's my highest level Pokemon. She won't be by the end. I wanted one to be at least level 60 by that point, because I think one of the final fights has a level 68, or 58. Slash. Such a high critical hit rate. I will say that this generation has the lamest animation for Surf. It just makes it rain, then whirl, where guys just come out from under. Later on, as I forget if it was like that in Gen 2, but I pretty much made a wave across the screen. Which is kind of a double-edged sword in most double battles. Actually, thinking about it, I probably could have gotten a Nidoking or Nidoqueen. Because I caught a Nidorina and Nidorino in the... what's it called? Safari Zone, and I had a Moonstone, but I sold it. Huh. That wasn't a smart move of me whatsoever. Then again, Nidoking and Nidoqueen aren't that useful to me, because I always use this team. Had this been Gen 3s, or had this been Fire Red, Leaf Green, I would have been a lot more experimental. Actually, speaking of Fire Red, Leaf Green, I was just simply playing through it, bullcrapping around. I still haven't beaten the game. Because, this was on my friend's Game Boy Advance. But, I think either there was an error in the programming because his ride on Good Lord Surf. I'm not sure why that worked. Oh well, we do get another badge in the gyms. And with that, Giovanni will leave, actually. And that is actually the last we'll see of Giovanni. Well, for this game, at least. I could have shown off a special event, had I wanted to, with Fire Gold, Soul Silver. Should I ever get to playing that, which I doubt I will, considering it's just Gen 2 expanded upon. But they actually have an event where you can see Giovanni in that, and that's what actually confirms 100% that, Silver is Giovanni's son. Anyway, back here to the east of Cerulean City, because now it's time for my least favorite part of the game. Legendary hunting. God damn, I hate doing this. Well, it's not so bad in this one, because there's no roaming legendaries, but it's still kind of bad. Mostly because there's something that they don't tell you about in this game that I haven't told you about yet. In this, I mentioned it in the Safari Zone, but your Pokeballs can miss Pokemon, which is the equivalent of it wobbling once. The thing is, it happens a lot with legendaries for some reason. And considering I only catch 2 out of the 3 legendaries in this part, well, technically 2 out of the 4. It can be painful. Actually, well, I'll get to it when we get to it here, but, welcome to the electric plant. This place has been down for years, and a lot of these Pokeballs you're seeing are either Voltorbs or something else I'll get to really quickly. For some reason they use the Silphco theme here, I forget, I think they used the Pokemon Mansion theme in Fire Red Leaf Green. It's been forever since I played that though, so I don't really remember. Even though I just said I played it, but I meant I played that section. Because I think he was only roughly at the part you get Surf, actually. And as you can see, I have my inventory pimped out for the Victory Road onwards, because I'm going to need it. Although I'm still actually trying to decide on something. I'm going to be grinding soon, so I'm wondering if I should do it in Victory Road, or... yeah, I'm probably going to end up doing it in Victory Road. Because there is technically a place that has higher level Pokemon than that, but to do that I'd have to fight the Elite Four. Eh. I'll decide within the next hour or so. And we got another rare candy. And as you'll see here, my levels are really not balanced anymore. Especially Tom, he's gonna take the longest to level grind. I want everyone to be at level 60 by the time I fight the Elite Four. As I think I just mentioned. Fallon shouldn't take that long to do, she's only gonna be 3 levels away, but... I'm dreading it. Anyway, what's this Pokeball down here, huh? Oh god. Electrode, which for some reason is Guile. I'm sorry, my friends dared me to do this. But hey, at least it fits, because this theme does go with everything. I actually really do like Guile's theme, too. But since I'm so overleveled, it didn't last long at all. Nope, now I'm somewhat tempted. I'm gonna ask Pat to see if he can get an Electrode in Fire Red Leaf Green and use it on his team. And play that theme every time it comes out! Nah. Anyway, now we're right in front of the first legendary that we're going to be catching. This is Zapdos. Legendary Bird of Electricity. Or is it Thunder? I'm trying to remember the Pokemon 2000 script actually with that. Zapdos is, in my opinion, the most useful of the 3 legendaries you can catch, or at least the 3 legendary birds. It's also the one I always wasted my Master Ball on when I was a child. It is rather effective against certain types, considering it's actually kind of a... what's it called? Conflicting type. It's electric flying, and flying is usually weak to electric. But anyway, I actually edited out quite a bit right there because, well, my Pokeballs were missing. But because of its conflicting types, it's actually rather useful to use because the flying part gets cancelled. The flying weakness to electricity gets cancelled out immediately. So, and the would that cancel out its ground weakness? Now, by far the best way to capture one of these legendaries is to have it at low health with a status ailment like sleep, paralysis, or if you can get it to happen, freezing, which is very rare. Critical hits. And Zex is down. Oh, that's heartbreaking. If you didn't, you probably couldn't hear it too well there, but whenever Pikachu faints, it makes that, high-pitched, tired or injured sound that Pikachu made in the anime. I don't really want to imitate it because I might end up raping your ears. Or breaking this microphone, which I'd rather not like to keep. Ugh, that's annoying. Because the thing is, missing is, as I mentioned before, the equivalent of it shaking once. Which I just find to be annoying. Just let it shake! Ugh. I'm so glad they got rid of that after this generation. 1, 2, there we go! Zapdos is ours! Number 145. We've seen quite a number of Pokemon, actually. By this point, we should have seen 111 or so. And I'm actually cutting out to meet you back at Fuchsia City! Here we are. Now we're actually going to be heading down south because we can do some stuff down here. Because actually, well, really, this is where the next legendary bird is. If you remember looking at the map at some point, you would remember that Fuchsia had a route south of it that would lead to Cinnabar Island. The thing is, this takes longer to go through, so... give or take, really. Go this way if you want more levels, go the other way if you want a shorter time. And we're here. Welcome to the Seafoam Islands. Oddly enough, this is where Blaine's gym would be in Gen 2. Now this place gets annoying because you have to use strength a lot here, and because you can't press A to use strength on the boulders, you actually have to go into your menu every time. There's that, and since it's a cave, its encounter rate's rather high. But it's rather simple if you know what you're doing. I make it through here very harmlessly every time. Also, I was not moving down there. It does that automatically because there's a current. Anyway, come to this one space right here to find an Ultra Ball. Rather useful for legendary catching because Ultra Balls have the highest catch rate besides Master Balls. Anyway, do not head to that letter to the right. Go left instead. Why? Because the ladder we need is right here. Oddly enough, the legendary was in the top left corner there, too. Actually, one thing I find odd about this series is that for Gens 1 through 4, the strength boulders were about the size of you, which I'm glad they changed in Gen 5, because these look like you could at least feasibly push them if you had like 2 or 3 people. The ones in Gen 5 are freaking 3 times your size. Oh, and speaking of which, Gen 6 was actually just announced today, Pokemon X and Y. I'm very pumped for that. The current date is the 8th of January. Anyway, since we got both boulders there now, we can head up here to the next legendary. And by the way, I gotta say, the title legendaries for Pokemon X and Y look like something out of a Miyazaki film. Holy. Now it's time for us to face the second and second to last legendary bird, Articuno, which I fast-forwarded but left the battle music intact. Why? Because this would have taken 7 minutes by itself. I could have edited in music, but I didn't. This was actually a rather close fight, because once I got paralyzed, I just kept on chucking everything at it, but it's almost for naught. Because as you can see, Articuno one-shotted quite a few of my Pokemon with Ice Beam. Until, luckily, one attack left, most likely, I caught him. Also, this is a good time to bring up that the 3 legendary birds actually have a bit of a thing to their names. There's Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. We'll see Moltres next part. The thing with their names is that the last syllable of their name is actually counting in Spanish. Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. And yeah. Anyway, we're back here in Viridian City because now it's time to finally head towards the ending of the game. Head over to the right where we fought our rival once, and we're going to end up actually fighting him again. Although one thing I find odd here is that his theme is sped up for some reason. Not sure why that is, but it is. And it's time for us to fight Blue once again. Actually, this is the second to last time in the storyline. Starts off with Sand Slash, so I'd recommend sending out a fire starter, yes, water starter, due to the entire weakness chart. Plus, if you have Surf, it shouldn't really stand a chance. Plus, I'm 10 levels high. Man, I might be actually really over leveled for this. Next, he sends out his Execute, which... Is this supposed to be an Executor by this point? Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of the final battle. Also, one thing I don't think I've mentioned yet is that Charizard here and Rhyhorn share the same cry. I'm not sure why that is. I've probably already mentioned this quite a few times, but I don't remember stuff because I don't record these all on the same day. I don't watch my other parts before recording them either. I'm very weird about my recording schedule, actually. But anyway, I decided to send out Map because he's actually very good against quite a few of these guys, including this, I almost called him Gary again. Blue's Kadabra, which is 5 levels higher than me, no, even 7 levels higher than me at this point, and I still managed to go first. Actually, thinking about it, didn't Ninetales have some sort of big role in the first Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? It's been years since I played that one. I played the second one more often than the third one came out recently, in Japan at least. I have to go to a GameStop again soon. I've been getting too many games for downloads. And he sends out his Kadabra, and I just realized, where's the tail go? Because as you can see, Kadabra and also Abra have a tail, but Alakazam doesn't, as far as I know. And due to the entire effect of how the sound channels work, when your health is low and you have the entire warning, warning, warning bleep, you can't hear majority of the sound effects. Luckily, Matt has recovered. And I will say, Blue's Kadabra is a complete and total dumb right now. From here on, it'll be pretty much either getting paralyzed, can't do anything, or other stuff. Guess Buoyant starts hurting himself with its own confusion, actually. I'm sorry if I'm being a bit quiet right now, TV distracting me heavily. Look away from the TV, Kyle. Alrighty. Really, thinking about it in retrospect, I probably should have brought out Abe and used Slash to end it quicker because Psychics have very crap defense. And he finishes off by sending out whatever his starter evolved into. For me, it was a Vaporeon. For you, it could be Jolteon or Flareon. Actually, can it stay in Eevee? It shouldn't be able to, actually. Maybe. There's also where we get to see Acid Armor, which I didn't use in the second gen, even though it probably would have been a smart move to have it on Vaporeon, because of its beefy health stat. Sadly, thankfully, Acid Armor does not affect special defense. At least not as far as I know. And that's my phone. I actually wonder if the microphone picked that up. And his theme is still sped up there for some reason. And anyway, I'm going to end this off here. After fighting off Blue, for the second to last time, we're heading over to the Pokemon League next part, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. See you guys then. Victory Road's gonna be a pain.